It's 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, and it's time for the show that brings you the best deals in vaping, broadcast from the VaporJoe's bunker in the heart of New Jersey, and coming at you from the Vaping Underground Live Network on YouTube. I'm your host and deals diva, TygerTyger, and with me, as always, is the infamous, the devilishly handsome, the Duke of Deals himself, VaporJoe. So grab your favorite vape, something to sip, and don't touch that dial. You're in for 90 minutes of interactive, informative, and money-saving vape chat. Welcome to DoneDeal.
How's everybody? Sorry, I'm tipping the show. I just ran, just did Google, Twitter, and I was going to run around Facebook, but I'm not going to do that.
Oh, all right. Oh, I just realized I forgot to turn on my ears. There we go.
See, now more people will come. See, when you turn the ears on, that's everybody. Please come to the show. It's like,
well, they certainly amuse me. So,
so anyway, welcome to DoneDeal. We have lots to talk about tonight. Lots of deals to talk about, and we don't have to go super fast like we did last week. Last week was like because we only had an hour show last week.
Yes. Had a very, very busy Thursday last week, so needed to get our beauty sleep.
We might be talking about that later. I don't know. Tiger, do you want to talk about it again?
Oh, well, if they want to hear about it, our immigration trials and tribulations and excitement and adventures.
Yeah, lots and lots of fun, guys, let me tell you. It was, immigration is not a fun thing. Let me just put it that way. But do we have vape mail this week? Did we get anything?
There's stuff I don't know if I'm really supposed to talk about, but I will, because, it was pretty exciting. It has been announced on Facebook, so I don't think I am jumping the gun by saying that Scope Juice has partnered with CEV, the e-juice superstore in Canada. Yay, Canada! Look what's coming soon your way. If not already, I was fortunate enough to get some of this in the mail earlier this week to try out and do side-by-side comparisons. So that's what I've done. I have set up 2 RX 200s with 2 TVF4s. Completely stripped down, scrubbed, and brand new TFS6 heads installed to compare the formulation made right here in Jersey by our own Scope 666 and the formulation straight from BC, Canada. So we shall. I've been taste testing side by side. I'm going to be vaping tanks and tanks and tanks of this stuff and giving it my fair assessment. So I'm really, really excited. But that is great news for Canada and really everybody, because readily available source. So that's good. Sabi also is kind enough to include some other samples. I haven't even opened the bag. I will tell you that the bag, even through the bag, it smells really, really, really good. So let's do an unbagging. It's not an unboxing, but let's see what's in here and unbagging. Well, Joe, it could be worse. If we were doing a bagging, you'd be the one who'd have to worry. We've got, just saying, I've got whiskey in the jar. Okay, well, we'll give that one a try later. And this is from the Penthouse Suite. This is Sabi's Meltdown. I just love the title and the picture on that one. That's just great. Oh, there is it. Yeah, there it is. Sabi's Meltdown. That one smells fruity. I'm gonna check that out later. This is Johnny Be Good, Wild Thing, and what is this? Sugoi. I am probably saying that horribly wrong. It's Sugoi. I'm gonna guess it's Sugoi. So another.
Does it stand for Sigourney Weaver?
I don't think so. In any case, 4 new exciting flavors to try. So thank you so much, Sabby, and of course Scope for your collaboration. That's super great news. Just today, Joe got some more of these, so he ordered some of these for me. These are the incredibly humongous heads for the TF-V8 Baby Beast that I've been thoroughly enjoying for the last, over a week now. I'm so excited about my TF-V4s. This particular one, just to give you an idea of the size difference, that's a full-size TF-V4 with the Baby Beast TF-V8 next to it, okay? So there they are, side-by-side comparison. Very diminutive stature, but holy schmuck, is that a producer. I am really enjoying this atomizer. If you've been on the fence...
Holy schmuck, huh? Is that a new one?
Well, I grew up with that. That was one of my dad's favorites, so you can thank Dad for that one. But yeah, it's a heck of a producer. If you've been on the fence, try it. It's nice because you do have to fill it more often because it's smaller, but it is nice, if you're going out or you want to take something or something like that. I'll admit I love my TF-V4s, but that's a big honking atomizer, and the Baby Beast is so cute and little next to it. So always a winner, and of course that wonderful design in the TF-V whatever numbers. Now I got to figure out which way it goes. There, that swing top cap, so you can easily fill without worrying about where to put down your cap and having it roll off your desk or whatever. So none of that nonsense. TF-V8 Baby Beast, all win. And I think that's it to talk about right this second.
Right. Well, I have to match everything she said. Well, I didn't get any of the special Savvy juice, but that's all on her. But update on the Baby Beast. It is a beast. And update on the Lost Triad mod, which is the 200-watt version. Amazing. This has been my setup for a week and a half now. Baby Beast and the Lost Triad. Now, Baby Beast I bought, Lost Triad, GearBest actually sent this to me. And it's funny, too, because I don't know if we talked about this last week, but wait, let me see. Give me a second. Did we talk about the Evolved DNA 250 last Wednesday, or was that on Mod Envy we talked about? See, this is where I get all things confused.
Yeah, no, I don't think we touched on that last Wednesday.
Okay. Well, anyway, we'll get into that. But this was on pre-order, and they sent me one. And now they came up with the Evolved DNA 250 version of this on pre-order. And I'm like, as if I'm ever going to use 250 watts, as if I'm ever going to use 200 watts. I'm at 50 watts right now. This is at 50 watts on a Baby Beast. It's great. You don't need a lot of wattage on this. I mean, shit, a mod that's a year and a half old, even those little tiny 60 watters would work on the Baby Beast. It's a great thing.
That's all I'm using with it. It's the old SMY, the one that had the really cool screen. This is a 60-watt device. I've been vaping it at 55. It was 60. I brought it down just a little bit. The tank, can obviously handle much higher watts, but it's producing beautifully at this. I'm vaping Thai Boba in this, and 55, 60 right in there is just where it tastes good to me. So it doesn't need higher than that. You don't have to have, like Joe's saying, you don't have to have a 200-watt mod to drive the Baby Beast. It's
So how's the flavor, somebody asks? Well, that's a good question, because Scope, who's a big flavor junkie, was over at the house last week, and he ordered the Baby Beast after trying mine because of the flavor. He hypothesizes that the closer your vapor is to the actual wick and wire, the better the flavor. And that's what this is. This is like, figure look at it like a football team, okay? You got your linebackers and the big guys, but then you have your running backs. This is like a running back. It's like a short, low center of gravity, just everything smashed in the middle, and it takes it right up the line. That's exactly what the Baby Beast is. It's all power in a small package, it's just, I mean, the head itself, the whole mechanism almost runs to the top. I mean, you want to talk about vapor directly from the wick and wire right to your face. There's barely any space between the wick and wire and where you're vaping from. So it is a great tank. It's probably my favorite tank next to the Clieto, but I still like the Clieto better for vapors because it's so simple. The Vapor Beast is simple, but the Clieto is the simplest tank on earth. And of course the heads are cheaper and things like that, which we're going to be getting into. But one thing I wanted to get into was this is my vaping journey we're talking about now. My vaping journey is going backwards. I'm going backwards. I do have my big mods, but I have been really getting back into disposables, pen styles. I don't know if I talked about this last week, but I did talk a little bit about this on Mod Envy. NJoy is going out of basically, I think they're going into business. Even though they declared bankruptcy, you can buy from their website. But I went to a grocery store just the other day, and they can't even get any more NJoy stuff. So I'm assuming NJoy stopping distribution, which sucks, and I'll explain to you why. Because if you're looking for not the best vaping experience, but the best cigarette-like experience, this is the best thing in the fucking world. I have gone through about 10 of these already, okay? I take these wherever I go. And I know it's so stupid. It's a disposable pen style NJoy. And I'm like, how could somebody who vapes massive clouds and likes big mods and lots of vapor and all that, like this? That's what this is. I like it because it gives me a cigarette-like experience, not a vaping experience, okay? And it's a little stronger than my vape, and I don't have to go out and buy, liquid at 12 milligram or what have you. Number two, these are great to bring with you when you're out. Now, this disposable is not like NJoy's other disposables. Those other disposables were shit, absolute shit. They lasted like an hour. This thing lasts me all day, and it's a disposable. You throw it away. It costs $5.99. You vape it all day and you chuck it in the garbage. Tiger will tell you that these are running 50-50. Okay, I'm using this 50% of the time. I'm using this 50% of the time, and it's really funny. And these are so good that I actually went to Tiger went to the NJoy website and bought a pack of 5 menthol and a pack of 5 of these rich tobacco ones, and they're just fantastic. When I go out to Costco or the food store, or if we're going somewhere where I don't want to carry a big hunky chunky mod around, or if I don't want to carry around even something as small as the Nugget, this is perfect. And it's a cigarette. Everything about a cigarette, if you give this to a smoker, I guarantee you a smoker is going to love this. They really are. They're going to really, it's really exactly like smoking a cigarette. And they're great.
I'm sorry. I kind of lost my place in space and time. Condi has posted a picture of you, haha, in the chat, and Condi, we love you, but you ain't right. That's all.
What did I do? Where is this at?
Oh well, shall I share it?
I don't know what it looks like yet.
Oh, I see. All right. Well.
No. Share it. Go for it. What is it?
All right. Well, we'll just share it right now then, and you can enjoy it right live on the. There we go. Here's what Condi decided to share with us all tonight.
Oh, I see. He has a minute.
I'll tell you right now, Joe would wear out a straight razor on that one. Just.
Oh boy. I'm looking at this. Well, I'll tell you right now, my chest is way hairier than that.
Oh, well, maybe he's already been there with the razor. You don't know.
You couldn't shave my chest with a razor.
Yeah,
you know that.
yeah.
I mean, my chest is an air. My chest is fur. There's a difference. I do. I have a very, very hairy chest and stomach. It's like Robin Williams hairy.
Yeah, just about.
So if you went at this with a razor, you'd break the razor. You literally have to take a sheep shearer, and and then you go at it with the razor.
Truth.
Yeah. So you don't. Yeah. But it's It's weird. It's like fur. It's really not hair at this point. I could make a rug out of it, literally. What I should do is take all this, give it to a guy, and then they can make me a hairpiece that I can put on top of my head.
Oh, yeah, no. Sharon wants to know, is your back just as hairy? No, Sharon, thank goodness. No.
No.
And there have been some other questions in chat that kind of relate to what you're talking about the Ciga likes. Oh gosh, I forget who asked the question. That wondered what the most old school root beer wanted to know. What's the most old school stuff you got? So what would you?
I have.
Yeah.
Well, now this isn't old school. This is new school, believe it or not. These are brand new. These just came out maybe 6 or 7 months ago.
Yes.
But as far as oldest, I would say I have. I started on. I would just say, cartomizers and dripping disposable atomizers, where they were still at the bridge.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I never got into the. There was a point where people were using like blue foam, fish foam, and tea bags. I was just after that period. I started with the Ego Tea, so it was just right after that when my vaping was a little bit better than say Smokey's, who has been doing it now, I think 8 years. I'm going on 5. I mean, I couldn't imagine what it's like fucking 7, 8 years ago. I mean, it must have been hell. But I guess it was godly to them because, anything that was similar to smoking that wasn't smoking was probably great.
And I guess the oldest school stuff I would have are my 510 Addies that are the bridge list, the ones that had the 3 little holes in the metal plate in the bottom. Those were great for tasting juice because you could always just clean them up and keep going with them until eventually the coil popped, and that took a long time. I still got my Jenny atomizers. For those of you who rebuild, way old school was the Jenny. It was, and even that isn't that old school. Dripping was first, but some of the smaller drip atomizers came first that you could rebuild. But I really enjoyed the Jennies that you built a wick, or as Eva in chat would put it, a straw that would. The plan was that the stainless steel wick would actually draw juice from the tank to your coil. What really happened is you tilted and poured juice into it, and anyway, it worked. And yeah, she maintains it did not wick. It sort of wicked as long as you helped it with the tilt. And I don't use that anymore, but I still have those for nostalgia's sake.
I think my oldest mods were, the idea of a quote-unquote mod. I think my oldest would probably be a rough stack. The shit shack people used to call it, the rough stack. And the reason why people like them so much was because you can actually replace the switch without. You could just with parts. You didn't have to do any soldering or anything, and that was like a thing back then. I still have my bombshell. I still have my silver bullet. I still have my mantis. I have some really old ones. I have a Darwin. That's the first variable wattage. But other than that,
a variable wattage paperweight.
No, you know what the Darwin is? You take it out and people go, ooh, and then you put it back.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much what it is. Yes, I do have my pimp stick still. I'm afraid to fire that bitch though. I do have the pimp stick still. That one is, and I still have that. I have a bunch of mods that I haven't used yet. I still have that big. What was it? The scepter of something. It was a 75 watt.
The staff of Agamemnon.
Yeah, it's the staff of Agamemnon. I still have that fucking thing. I have all kinds of crazy stuff. But mods today aren't like they used to be. Today you just have tons of boxes. Back in the day, we had really cool tubes, and I'm not even talking about. This is before mechanical tube mods. I'm talking just push button tube mods like the Silver Bullet and stuff like that. They're still works of art. They're still beautiful. I mean, my Silver Bullet, the Silver Vein, it's still gorgeous. It's just I would never use it because there's no reason to.
Alrighty.
Somebody's asking, what did you call that, Tiger? I don't know what that means. Oh, yes, the bolt.
What did I call that? The one we were just talking about? The staff of Agamemnon. It was a ridiculously large.
I'll get it. Give me 2 seconds. I'll get up and get it. Give me 1 second. Here, sing to them, Tiger.
Sing to them. No, I think we'll spare them that. We'll not go there. Eva, second 8-foot-long shelf for the collection. I'm not surprised, and Joe probably should, because he's got a shelf up there that, there isn't a square. The good part is you don't have to dust that shelf because there's no shelf space that can collect dust. The stuff's just sandwiched in there like sardines up there.
Okay, so this is the staff of Agamemnon. Okay, this fucker's big. Okay, it takes oh god, it's basically just a pipe bomb, really. This takes two 26-650s, and I think it goes to 75 watts. But and the other one I brought out, which everybody is like, oh my god, where did you get that? I got this. This is the very coveted, very extremely hard to find lightsaber mod. And it has this was made from a guy in Canada. I forget his name.
Ricardo Mon. Yes. A modder from Canada.
510 connector, Ego connector, your buttons here. Oh wait, look, it's still firing. Look at that shit. I didn't realize I had a fucking battery in there. Look at that. Boom. I didn't realize I have a battery in here. I gotta take that fucker out. I have 2 batteries in here.
I was gonna say.
Oh my god, they still work. Let's see what the voltage is at on these things. Oh wow, they're at 3.47 volts each. Okay. Alright. Well, charge up, baby.
Well, there you go. You were just looking for 26-650s.
Yeah, I was. So, this is a very delicate mod, but it is quite a work of art. These are the kind of mods that you can't get them anymore. People don't take the time to do this kind of stuff. People used to take, Nintendo controllers, all kinds of stuff, and make mods. They don't really do that anymore. That I do miss. That's the one thing I miss about the vaping community. All right, let me put that there. All right, so for those of you on SoundCloud, you didn't get to see any of that. Too bad.
Yeah, you got to head over to YouTube, catch the replay.
Yeah. All right. Now, was there any other questions in the audience?
I think that covers it.
Okay.
Unless I missed something. If I missed your question, I apologize. I do try to keep track. Just ask again.
There are a few mods out there that I would like to get that I can't. It's not Aston Martin. I forget the name of it. They used to make. It was like an Evo-like mod. Owl will know the name. He actually has the alpha or beta version of it, and they just never came out with it. And it was fucking great because it was so sexy, and they just never came out with it. And I forget the name of the company who makes it, but it was absolutely gorgeous. He'll probably pop in chat and say, because he's in here right now.
Yeah.
Axton Hughes. That's it. The Axton Hughes version 2. I had the 1, and I had the Evo, but the Axton version 2 they never came out with, and it's just, he's got that. That's like one of those little mini prize possessions, kind of like the Darwin. They're just hard to find.
Oh, Juicy Lucy has a friend who needs to quit smokes bad, and she wants to know exactly what type of Enjoys you got.
Okay.
Have you got one still in package there that I can show on camera?
Boom, it's right here. It's called the Enjoy Daily. It's called Quick and Strong, and it is just rich tobacco.
Here,
now,
if you pass it over, I'll put it up while you talk.
Oh. Now, what these are 45 milligram disposables. You're going to go, what? 45 milligram? That's a lot of nicotine. It is, but the delivery system is really lacking. So what happens is they got to enrich it, and they even have a stronger one, which is 60 milligram. But these, to me, really replicate the output of a cigarette, because I don't know if you vaped and have had a cigarette. I have vaped, and I've had smoked cigarettes since I started vaping. And you'll notice if you're smoking a cigarette, you notice you get almost nothing from a cigarette on an exhale compared to vaping. And this is exactly what a cigarette is on the exhale. Taste, of course, they're not going to replicate the taste, but it's as close as it's going to taste, that they can make it. And it's rubbery now, so you can kind of bite on it, like some people like to bite on their filters. And like I said, it just lasts all day. And that person's going to love it. And they're cheap. They're $5.99. If you go to, what was the coupon code, hon?
For first-time buyers from that site, you can get 40% off using Welcome 40.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just go to Enjoy and use Welcome 40, yeah.
And for these ones, just head straight as you get to enjoy.com. There's a section at the top. Look for Daily. That's DAILY, Daily. And those are all in there. It's pretty picked over at this point. There's not a lot of flavors to choose from, but still...
they still have tobacco and they still have menthol.
Yeah.
And Tiger actually enjoys the menthol flavor on these.
I do. It's a nice little palate cleanser. It's nice in the morning.
And then I also picked up, just to see, because I know Enjoy isn't going to be here anymore, I picked up the Fuse just to see what this is like. It's okay. These use the battery and the thing, and I just wanted to see what an average vapor would get going to a store and getting a battery stick, these days. They're okay. The taste is, the Enjoys are better. This is, it's okay. But the Enjoys are better. I just wanted to get that to see, what a new vapor would, if they just went to a 7-Eleven and said, I want to try an e-cig, what they would get.
Schlegeli 46 says they're still a dual user having some problems after meals. They've started at 12, moved to 6, now down to 3. Schlegeli, I got 2 pieces of advice for you. If after dinner is the key, I would get yourself some really, really great dessert vapes, something that you really enjoy. And I would do that in a higher milligram, to be honest, because what we're finding is for those times that you just sort of catch yourself craving a smoke, and this has been working with some people we know close to home. Sometimes, the 3 might cut it the whole rest of the day, but that moment when you're like, gee, I just really like to light one, have something on hand that's stronger, a 12, maybe even 18. For myself, I've been vaping 3 for some time now. I'm actually going to get myself some of my favorite flavors in 12 just to have on hand for those moments. A little bit heavier on the nicotine, maybe a little more satisfying. And Stu says the same. Keep something stronger after dinner and use that. But like Scuba said, I totally agree with you, Scuba. He says don't come down on yourself for smoking after dinner. Too many people in the vape community, and it's great. I mean, if it's working for you and you've said goodbye and you've broken your last pack and you never went back, I'm so proud of you. That's great. There are those of us who struggle a little more. And the key is you got to stop really worrying so much about the few you break down and have and start really focusing on the hundreds, maybe even already thousands that you haven't had.
Right.
We're all in a different part on the journey, and there's no wrong way to do it. If you're weaning off, if you're winning, if you're lowering your smoking, moving in the right direction, you're doing it right.
And also, like I said, this is the reason why I started getting these cigalikes. I found myself, being around people who smoke, because my sister still smokes. My brother finally quit. Wanting, just like, what is it like having a cigarette? So I instead of getting involved in all that, I got myself a cigalike, and for me, it works. It again replicates the smoking experience, not the vaping experience. And the nicotine is very high in these, and you really do feel it, and it really knocks that craving out. And the pleasure of putting a cigarette, you got to remember too, when you smoked a cigarette, it wasn't just the nicotine; it was the whole process, the opening of the pack, and the oral fixation of the small, form factor and everything. That's all part of it. When you give this to a smoker and say, okay, quit smoking with this, they're going to be like, dude, that looks like something from Star Trek. You give them this, and they're like, oh, I'm familiar with this.
Yeah, I know what to do with that.
Right.
Scuba makes a great point in chat. Scuba, I'm so glad you brought that up. He said his first big test was, could he drink and not go nuts without a cigarette? Now, I just recently learned, Joe actually taught me this, There is a reason for that. It's not accidental and it's not all social or psychological. The fact of the matter is, alcohol drains your system of nicotine. So you will find yourself craving that nicotine more when you're drinking than when you're not. So knowing that, if you're going out for a few with the boys or staying in and having some wine, another time to possibly have a stronger nicotine solution on hand to enjoy.
Right. That was always a big thing. Drinking and smoking, people, you guys remember, when you smoked and you drank, a lot of people would smoke a whole pack of cigarettes at 2 hours, 3 hours being in a bar, when smoking was allowed at a bar, because alcohol strips the body of nicotine, and it's just, you go through that whole pack in 3 hours. Or if you ever played that game Pass Out, where you'd have like 8 cigarettes lit at the same time because of the cards you landed on, and you wound up smoking them all. It's just the way it was. Anyway, like I said, if you do have these cravings and stuff like that, get yourself the higher nicotine levels, or like I said, get the cigalikes, because they already have a higher nicotine, and they kind of remind you of having a cigarette. And I still smoke cigars. I enjoy them. I haven't smoked a cigar since Tiger's been in this house, because she'll kill me. But she was kind enough to order me, I believe, some e-cigars, and they're not easy to find these days, and they're great. I love a good e-cigar too. Those are, and they're they just have the nice form factor, and they last a while, and they taste good.
Actually,
what have you?
I'm glad you reminded me of that. I kind of forgot about it. I should check and see if that has shipped or what.
Okay, so now getting back to our vape mail and the Baby Beast and the Baby Beast heads. I do have a great deal. Let me just pull it up. Hold on 1 second here. Let me go to my blog. Let me go to VaporJoe's. It's funny because I have to go to half the time. I gotta go. All right, let me go back to my blog real fast. Now, I have to tell you, this is the first time I pimped them, and it's the first time I ordered from them, and they're great. Now, I'm not saying, many of you have already probably been to these guys, but this is e-cig. And basically, their Baby Beast tanks are cheaper than GearBest, and their heads, while expensive, all the replacement heads for all the TFVs are expensive. The tank is $17, the heads are $14 for 5. There's a 10% off coupon. I'm going to put it in the room. I'll give it to you right now. Use coupon code 10% off the number 10 and % off. Get you 10% off your entire order. Now on weekends, they always have these like special deals on specific items. This week was Joytech. All their Joytech products are on sale at 20% off. But right now, Baby Beast tanks are $18.99 before 10% off, and the heads are $13.99. Oh, they actually came down. $13.99 with 10% off. So, so it'll be 12 and change for 10. I ordered 2 packs. It was they have the T8s now. Damn it! I ordered the X4s because that's all they had. I ordered the X4s at 0.5 ohms. They came pretty fast, so good shipper. And I haven't used them. I use the ones right now. I'm still using the factory one that came with it. And so far so good. It's a great tank. And I think any of you out there... Oh, look at this. And they also sell... I actually have it. It's only $13.99. The RBA head. So if you want to rebuild your Baby Beast, you can do that too. For those of you out there who hate having to buy replaceable heads, they have the RBA for the same price. All right. So, check out the Baby Beast. That must sound retarded, but it is it is a Baby Beast. It really is. All right. Any questions out there? Any more questions, Tiger, before I go to the next deal? Okay. Now, let's see here. Well, I might as well talk about something you missed. Fastech had a 2-day coupon code for 10% off. That was real big. Fastech doesn't really do a lot of coupon codes for that, but for 2 days only, they did a 10% off everything at Fastech. Let me tell you, a lot of people, because people build carts. Tiger's like that too. She'll sit there and they start stacking things up in a cart, and just it's like almost like a wish list. And then as soon as that coupon code hits, everything's bought. All right. Let's see. Yes. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Lost Vapes DNA 250. Just want to see if it's still there. Yep, it's still there. Okay. So Evolve came out with the DNA 250. That's been around for, I mean, as far as people talking about it, a few weeks now. Somebody told me there's a DNA 60 to replace the DNA 40, and I'm wondering why there's a DNA 60 when there's a DNA 75. I don't know. I think it's too close. I don't know. What do you think, Tiger? I think it's too close. Because why have? What's the point? The DNA 75 was there for a reason. The DNA 200 is there for a reason. 250, well, I don't know why it's there, but it's there. Because, you know, the 200, you needed, you know, at least 3 batteries. The 133 for 2 batteries. 75, you can get away with 1 battery. How's the point in the 60? Yeah, I don't know. Tiger, you on screen?
No.
Oh.
That's why I was like, just give me a second, Joe.
Oh, I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at my deal. Sorry. My bad. So I can't figure out what the point of the 60 is at all. But they said it's to replace the 40. But who the hell's buying a DNA 40? You know, for the same price. You know, I mean, this doesn't make any sense to me.
No, I have a confession to make, Joe. When you mentioned those e-cigars, I was like, you know, come to think of it, I haven't received a shipping confirmation on that. I got to check on that. So I jumped over to where I got them from and realized they were still in the cart. My apologies. So they're on their way now.
Oh, thank you.
and I'm confessing live on the show, so you can't get mad at me.
It's okay. I didn't know you did it. I was going to buy it myself until you told me you were going to.
Okay, well, no, they're done now. Whoops.
Okay.
I guess that explains why I didn't get
a
confirmation. Anyway.
There's a link in the room now to the. You can pre-order the DNA 250 Lost Triad mod. I have the Lost Triad mod. It's exactly the same mod as this, except it has the 250 instead of the 200 in it. This is a gorgeous mod. This is like the Cadillac version of an RX 200. It reminds you a lot of an RX 200, but this is all real leather. The cap where you put your battery. The top is slightly raised, and your tank sits into it a little bit, just a little bit, so there's no gap. And it's just beautiful. It's such a beautiful mod. The case it comes in, the box it comes in is like this faux leather triangle box. I didn't want to throw it away.
The same material that's on the battery cover. And yeah, when I looked it over, I saw exactly why Joe fell in love with this thing. It has a real luxurious, real gentleman's feel to it. Now, I don't want to put the ladies off by any means, but it is definitely, just Joe's style. So.
Yeah, it reminds you of like a big cigarette lighter you'd leave on your table, and they put it in the center of a table in the 50s. You know, they'd have the ashtray and the big cigarette lighter sitting in there. It just kind of reminds me of that, and you could really feel the construction that went into this. This isn't going to fall apart at any time. Much heavier than the RXs, and just beautiful. Anyway, so if you want to pre-order it, it's from e-cig.com, American company. It's expensive, $122.55. Like I said, I got this. GearBest sent this to me. I have absolutely no idea why, because they know I'm not a reviewer. But one of the ladies was like, I'm sending you one. I was like, all right, no problem. Shit, send me 10. You know, I'll give them away. But they are expensive. So if you want to wait for the 250 version of, say, the RX, it's still going to be $99+. So if you spend the extra $20, you're not going to get a DNA 200 mod under $100. You could get a 200 watt mod under $100 easy. I mean, you can get them for $40. But there's an efficiency difference between an Evolve chip and say the Joytech chip that's in the RX 200s. I noticed the batteries last way longer in a DNA 200 than the Joytech 200 watt mod. Now that doesn't really matter to most people because we all have tons of batteries and we'll just charge them. But there's just if you could get a DNA 200 and you have the means, get one. They're very safe. You know, the software upgrades, all kinds of crazy stuff you could do with them. And I do like Evolve. You know, me and Brandon don't get along a lot, but the chips themselves are great, and I feel safe using a DNA 200 mod. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I don't feel safe with a Joytech, but I feel safer using an Evolve chip, especially higher wattages. So if you want to get a 250, it's 120, 255. It's the same basic price as the 200, so you might as well just order the 250 if you're going to spend that money. Okay. That's that on that.
A shout out to Albie in the room.
Oh, Albie, where are you?
I think last I heard it made it to Georgia. So anyway, we're just glad you're out of harm's way.
You know, I could totally see Albie with his backpack on, with a big staff, and just standing there in front of the hurricane, going "Fuck you." I know. I met Albie. He's a big guy.
A true Gandalf moment plants his staff. You shall not pass.
Exactly. But Albie is awesome. Okay. So now somebody had brought this up before. This is my latest deal I just put up. Lightning Vapes. We all know Lightning Vapes. I'm going to throw the link in the room. Lightning Vapes is doing a 30% off all wire. Now, that's how Lightning Vapes started. They started on eBay selling wire, and they were famous for their cheap wire because it's very inexpensive. Well, now, of course, they have a billion types of wire, and now they do juice and other things, but when they do a 30% off sale on their wire, that makes their wire like a steal. It really does, because their wire is already cheap. So for those out there who want Clapton wire, you want your nickel wire, you want your nichrome wire, you want your stainless steel wire, you want this fucker wire. There's so many different builds out there. I see these builds that people make; they look like jewelry. It doesn't even look like a coil anymore. It really looks like something you'd wear.
True. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean, when it's close up, sometimes I don't even realize that's a coil. It really looks like somebody's jewelry that that they took a picture of, like a bracelet or something. It's just insane. They take the time to make these kind of builds. It's just you guys have patience like a monk.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know how you do it, man. Fuck that. I'll take a replacement.
That trend was just sort of coming in right about the time I stopped building, and it was like, I don't know. For me, it was always, I think the fanciest thing I ever messed with was twisting the wire, but yeah. Good for you guys.
Asks, when they buy NI wire, which kind of get? Don't ask me. I'll be honest. I'm not one of these people who pretends to know everything, because I don't rebuild. When it comes to rebuilding, never listen to me, because I know nothing about rebuilding.
If Scuba's still in the room, he'd be a great guy to field that question. I think Albie has a great deal of knowledge there too. Yeah. So anybody in the room who knows more about that than we do, what the best type of nichrome or nickel would be.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the last time I rebuilt was when the it was about 5 years. No, it was about 4 years ago, and I built one coil, and I said, "Fuck it."
Now, Root Beer wants to know: does your DNA use LiPo or 18650 batteries?
Well, this particular one uses 3. Here, let me just pull it off for you.
And while you do that, we already have an answer. Scuba says get nichrome 80. Thanks, Scuba.
There you go. Yes, I use 3 18650s in this one. There are ones that use LiPos. However, just remember, I have one here. I have a DNA 200 here that uses a LiPo battery. They're great. However, they're good. They're good for power. Okay, the LiPos are great for power. The problem with them, and only the DNA versions I'm talking about, there's plenty of lipo Joytech ones that are completely different. The mAh value on these are terrible because you're exchanging mAh for power. So something that, like these race car batteries that they use sometimes have a crazy amperage, but because of that, the mAh value is like 1300. So if you're going to be putting crazy builds on this, it'll last you an hour before you got to recharge it again. So what happened is they kind of redesigned it so you could use regular batteries, and it seems to be working a lot better like that than using the old school, the original ones. Remember, you had to use the kits to recharge the battery. It was like a special thing that locked in. It was crazy. Now you could use batteries. So if you're going to get a DNA 250 or 200, I would suggest getting the ones that use batteries because they're just, unless you need crazy power. But 3 batteries I think is plenty of power.
I would say for most people, more than adequate.
Unless you're like Scuba or Nitro or something, and it's like, you're wiring them together to like power your house or something. I vape and run a refrigerator off this thing.
Jumpstart my car.
All right. So speaking of power, let's go backwards now. Let's talk about something that's a little less powerful, but really elegant. And it is the limited edition K-Box.
Oh.
Now this is a little older. It's about a year old, but this particular version is about a little under a year. But it's solid stainless steel. And everybody who knows me, I love pure stainless steel mods because they're heavy, they just look great, they feel great. They call this the Platinum Edition, but it's just stainless steel. But it's cheap. It's only $27 from America, and it's 60 watts, so it'll run the Baby Beast. It uses a single 18650. It's smaller, and it's, like I said, it's cheap. But like, what I love about this, like if it was a regular K-Box, I probably wouldn't have pimped it. But the fact that it's the stainless steel limited, quote-unquote, limited edition version is the reason why I did, because I just love stainless steel, and I think a lot of people out there love their stainless steel mods, and there you go. So for 60 watts,
that's nice. I'll admit, I've got a K-Box Mini. I like it, but I'm not gonna lie to you. That stainless steel looks terrific. So.
Yeah, and coming from My Freedom Smokes, use coupon code VaporJoe13. It'll take 13% off. It'll get you $27.80 with that price. So, but VaporJoe 13 works on the entire site. So at any given time, use that coupon code, and you get 13% off anything, especially the clearance sections. Look in their clearance sections. So it works in their DIY, which is very important because they have a crazy DIY section there. They got tons of nicotine, nic base rather, PGVG flavorings. They got the gloves, they got the beakers, they got all the crap you need to DIY. So it's a good coupon code to have. And of course, My Freedom Smokes is awesome because they were the third juice I bought when I started vaping. So that shows you they've been around a while. All right. Give me 1 second here because I'm using multiple browsers.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Just check out something here. Okay. All right. We'll talk about this in a second. Now, is Scuba still in the room?
I think so. Wasn't that long ago he weighed in on the wire?
All right, now, this particular RTDA, what is it called? The Theorem, whatever the hell it's called. Here's the link.
Yeah, give us I'll bring it up.
By Japo and Wismic. These were always the Theorem. These were always extremely expensive. Well, not extremely expensive, like $20-30. Yeti hit me up, and he was like, "We're getting rid of these, not because they're bad or anything. They have a lot of them, and they're down to $11.99." Now, Scuba, are these good? Do you have one of these?
Oh, he says you don't want his opinion.
Oh.
So apparently, Scuba is not a fan.
Okay, because I remember when these first came out, people were talking about them. They're like, oh, because they use those crazy coils,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one-piece stainless steel coils.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, because like I said, I don't rebuild. And for me, technically speaking, I could actually use this because I don't have to build the coil.
Yeah.
I just use the piece, right? So, okay, so you know what? Don't buy it. Forget it. We won't. We won't buy it.
Okay, yeah, he says it's a royal pain. All right.
All right, it's a royal pain.
Very hard to fill. Yeah, okay, that would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really? Like, they haven't figured that out?
Well, maybe the theorem too. They'll solve some of these issues, but.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks, Scuba. Appreciate that. Appreciate the comments in the room.
All right, I have to jump off screen. I have to get a tissue. My nose is running. Give me 1 second.
Alrighty. We will muddle by without you.
Yeah.
We'll see if anybody has any questions. No. I'm still not doing that. I'll Yeah. Scuba says it's a low price for a reason. Yeah, that happens. Sometimes it's just, older stock, but, still good. Like, there's lots of stuff that ends up in the clearance section that's still great. It's just not bleeding edge anymore. But sometimes things find their way there for a different reason. Hi, Arbins. Oh, Albie tried one too? Yeah. Oh, okay. It got 2 whole days use. Bummer. That's too bad. I was kind of stoked about this one when it first came out. I like the concept, and I was really curious about how those coils would work out. But they can't all be winners. Let's scroll back, see if I missed any questions. Looks like I'm caught up. If I did miss your question, just drop it in the room again. We'll try to get to that. And now they're talking about tacos. Joe, they're making me hungry again. Yeah.
What kind of tacos? And I also went to get myself another fake beer. I know that looks real, but it's St. Pauli Girl NA. This is actually really good stuff. If you guys are, designated drivers, and you want something that tastes kind of like real beer, St. Pauli Girl NA is really good stuff. Okay. It's National Taco Day.
Oh. Well, who knew? Gee.
I should have went and bought you a Choco Taco, Tiger.
What?
You ever had a Choco Taco?
No.
A Choco Taco is ice cream, and it's kind of like this, basically a cone that's been turned into a taco shell, and then there's chocolate icing in it, and it's dipped in chocolate.
Oh no!
I got you a
well, ice cream's great and chocolate's great, but if we're talking about tacos, then I want Mexican food. So.
Oh well, or choco. When I first said Choco Taco, you probably thought it was something sexual, didn't you?
Well, I was a little worried about that, knowing it was you. That did cross my mind. I won't lie.
But yeah, I love tacos. Oh man, when it was Taco Day in school, I'd get doubles, which means I'd get 4. I have to pay twice the price, but you know what? It was worth it. So, Tiger, tomorrow we'll do. You know what? We'll have a belated Taco Day tomorrow.
Oh.
Well, we'll do tacos tomorrow.
Oh, all right. Are you saying we'll order from my favorite?
Yes, but you won't get tacos.
No, I don't. They do amazing, awesome, really authentic food. Anyway, now I'm drooling. Move on, move on. So I stop thinking about food.
Get your
yes, you did,
Mexican
but I already had leftovers with the boys. So.
Okay. Yes, I feed her garbage.
No, leftovers are like good.
Oh no,
I love leftovers because it means all the flavor, except it's had a day to really, really come into its own, and none of the preparation. I mean, what's not to love about leftovers?
Okay.
Well, okay, wait a minute. Are we still talking about food? Just a minute.
I said nothing.
Okay, what's the next deal, Joe?
Okay. Now, I don't know if these guys are going out of business or not, but Sure Vapes is having a 55% off everything sale. Give me now. You don't even need me to put a link in the room. Just go to surevapes.com. Basically, the price you see is before the coupon. Okay. So, well, before the price is in the cart. So if something's, $10, 55% off once you put it in the cart. Now, a lot of their stuff is older, like Ego Twists, early, like the X1 Mini RDAs, the original Pro Tanks in the leather case. Okay.
You got a link for us?
Oh yeah, I just said just go to Sure Vapes. You don't even need it really, but
oh, okay. Well, I'm just looking. Thanks, Condi's got it for you. Thank you,
Thanks,
Condi.
Thanks, Condi.
And you know what? While I'm interrupting you, can I ask a question from one of our viewers?
Sure.
Lisa wants to know if there's a blood test for gout, and I honestly don't know. I'd have answered her,
It's
but I
called a
haven't got a clue.
It's called a uric acid test. Basically, there's no test for gout. Okay, it's just assumed you have it if your uric acid is very high. And how did this happen? How did we get here?
Well, I think it was just a little bit random. I did open it up to questions, and obviously Lisa's heard you talk about that in the past because you have suffered
gout,
greatly.
Yes, I got gout very young. I got gout when I was about 25. Usually it's a lot older in life. And I woke up one day and I couldn't walk on my foot. And I literally thought I broke my foot. And I went to the doctor. Went to the hospital to get it x-rayed. And there's nothing wrong with it. Doctor looked at me and he goes, "Did you ever hear of gout?" I said, "Yeah, my grandfather has it."
Said, guess what?
Like
so do you.
That's an old person's thing, He's like, "Well, I guess you're old." He gave me a uric acid test, and it was like an 8 or a 9. It's I think it's a scale between 1 and 10. And what happens is, if you have gout, it is a genetic disorder where your body turns uric acid, which is in foods like shellfish, anything that they call it the rich man's disease, because all the good things in life have uric acid, produce uric acid, like wine and lobster and all that stuff. Yeah, red meat stuff. Your body turns it into these crystals, and then your immune system attacks it like a foreign invader, thus the swelling and all the other shit that happens when you get gout. So yes, there is a blood test. It's called the uric acid test, and then if you do have it, they'll give you a medicine called allopurinol, which will reduce your body's ability to produce uric acid and hopefully prevent attacks. But if you do have an attack, they'll give you a steroid pack, and it works like magic. Literally, like my foot will be swollen like this, and within a day and a half, I could jog in place.
And Lisa, if you are concerned that might be what's going on, it might not be a bad idea until you can get in, see your doctor, and discuss it with them to watch your intake of shellfish, red meat, alcohol, spicy things. Because if it is that, that'll exacerbate your problem.
All the things that are wonderful in life. Yes, it is. It's like you just gotta find your trigger, All right, so that's that on the gout. Sorry, we scrolled out there. But
yes, sorry, Joe. Thanks for answering that. And back to Sure Vapes, 55% off everything, Joe.
Yes. So everything there is 55% off. Like I said, he's got some older stuff there, but they still got some stuff people still want. Ego Twists, Vision Spinners, which are the variable voltage Ego batteries. I still think they're great for beginners. Drip tips, Omega, like older RDAs, it's like the Triton. The Omega. They have, Ego kits, cartomizers, stuff like that. But, it's still useful to some people. And at the price, they have 14 pages worth of stuff. Just take a look. You might find something you like. Old Cardo tanks, those Enokin U-cans that dispense e-juice, lanyards, mesh, stuff like that. But anything when
break out those Jennies, folks.
Yeah, anytime something's 55% off, I tend to just want to go over there and see what the hell's going on, and maybe even order. Like, maybe I still want a Rainbow Vision spinner, or something like that. These Vision spinners, 650 mods. These are the ones that go to 4.5 volts or whatever. I forget the number. It's been such a long time. They're still very useful to new vapors. Okay, Ego batteries, people still use them. And if you're an Ego user, it's right up your alley. They also have a few mechanical mods. They have the Tree of Life clone by e-cig. They have the Hades version 1, which is a 26650 mechanical. You'll get it for $5 after coupon. No, less than $5. It'll be like $4.50 for a Hades version 1, or a Tree of Life where I think you get the 3 tubes with it. It'll be like $6.
Yeah, it does. You get the whole set with that one.
They have some batteries. I wouldn't suggest using these batteries in anything high powered. They're like the original eFests. They have some. Let's see. I'm just looking. My God, they have the Chronos for the EH Pro Chronos. Let's see what else you got here. Oh, they got an Aerotank Turbo. Those are good. I still use one every once in a while. But let's see here. Just going through it. Here you go. Here's something everybody should get. They have a digital ohm meter and voltmeter. One of the black ones where you can test the voltage in ohms. After coupon, it'd be like $4. That's the one. I mean,
that's
I
a
remember,
great buy.
Yeah, you might find some things there that you like drip tips. Never go bad. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Everybody
like
needs
that.
drip tips, right, Eva?
Yeah, stainless steel Ming will cost you $1.25. Stuff like that. Like I said,
Nice.
eco cases and all kinds of stuff. So go over there, look around. If you find anything you like, pick it up. Like I said, the coupon, what you see is 55% cheaper in your cart. So you will definitely find some deals. It's like 2013. It's like the 2013 store.
and Eva reminds me that the drip tip affliction isn't about need. No, it isn't.
No. It's not. Yeah, I know.
But still. You will never forget that.
I will not. She took my drip.
That's good.
She took my drip tip away from me.
You
I'm going to go to her house and I'm going to hire a team to break in and only steal that drip tip. And leave her a note.
You do and I find out.
And just only steal the drip tip. All right. All right, so let's move on to bigger and better things. All right, let's talk about a big mod, a monster mod. This is a VaporJoe style mod. Okay. This is what I call it the big boy. It's the iJoy Maxo. This is a quad 18650. So that takes 4 18650 batteries, goes to 315 watts. So it's a big mod. Now, I just want to make sure this is still on sale. Just give me 1 second. Before I even... Let's see. Are you still on sale? Oh, come on. I have to log in for this? I hate that about you. Just give me a sec, guys. You actually have to log in to see if the coupon code works. Yeah. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Oh, I like this one. It's pretty.
Oh, the blue, the like bluish purple one?
Well, that's probably my favorite, but just in general, this is a smart looking mod. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Things gotta get real slow when I need to do stuff, right?
Yeah, the blue is interesting, but I almost think I like the more understated classics in this one. I don't know.
Thank you. Okay, it works. Now, the reason why this is so cheap is because of me. Yes, because of me. What happened was I saw this over at GearBest, and I talk to GearBest every day. They have a rep that talks to me. And I said, listen, this is here. You guys have it for like $70. I can get it here for... So they're like, listen, we're going to make it cheap. I said, make it cheaper than everybody. So they did. So $47.99. Now, the only one that's more expensive, I believe, is the blue one. That jumps it up to $50.99. But $47.99, free shipping, and that's that. Like I said, it's a quad 18650. It goes to 315 watts. It's a beast. It's huge. I mean, 4 batteries. I'd love to see somebody vape at 315 watts. I mean, I remember when P. Basardo did the legal vape. That was a 400 watt fog machine. Okay, that was an actual fog machine that runs at 400 watts. So we're almost there.
Yeah.
At this point, you know what I mean?
And we used to laugh about that, like who could ever possibly need that, as we were raving about our 20 watts.
I remember when we went to 100, people were like, "Who vapes 100 watts?" You know who vapes at 100 watts? My brother, and he just started vaping. It's funny.
Well,
he comes into my house, and I'm like,
he's still finding his way. What I've noticed is when he's here vaping a lot, it hangs in the air much more, and that's because it's Smoke Joe. We got to talk to him. He's burning the shit out of stuff.
well, let him learn the hard way. Every vapor needs to,
dear.
It's like when you ride a bike for the first time, you need to fall off a few times, skin a couple knees and elbows. Maybe I shouldn't do that because, there's smoke coming out of my mod. Thought it was supposed to be vapor, but anyway. So it's a big boy, and you could change the side plates on this thing. I'm sure J-Raps is going to be doing something with this. I'm sure. And these are still on pre-order, but as you can see when you go over there, a lot of people have pre-ordered this. They already have 205 pre-orders. Let's see, 180, 40, 44. Sapphire Blue's probably got. Oh, I thought the Sapphire Blue would have the most, but it doesn't. So I'm going to say close to about 400 pre-orders already for this mod, just from GearBest. I thought the Sapphire Blue would have gotten the biggest one, but apparently the black one is the most, the favored one at 205. Gold's got 180. Yellow's got, God, that yellow one looks like something with 44, and blue's got 61. So yes, so if you guys are looking for serious power, there you go. At this point, your 418-650s on the Stern mod is, I think, is about the biggest as far as a manufactured, mass-produced mod. I mean, I've seen mods that take like 20 18-650s, but
I don't mind the yellow. It's very sporty. This is the one
sporty. I hate
we dubbed this one the DeWalt last week, I think. It's cute.
You take a jogging at night. I mean, this is sporty. Why does everything sporty have to be like black and neon?
I don't know. I like it. It's cute.
Like I said, yeah, you wear it when you're like out hunting, so they know you're not a deer. It's just like so. Like you look at it, you're like, ah.
The red's smart.
Like yeah, the red looks nice. But that bluish one, like a sapphire. If I was to put any of them, I'd get that one.
Oh, that one's very popular. There's a few. There's at least a couple people I thought I saw in the room said they've got that one on order. I don't know. Yellow mods matter, Joe.
Ugh. No, I'm racist against yellow mods. I'm very racist.
I'm getting
In fact,
I just decided.
I know. I'm gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, look at the yellow mod, and I'm like, oh,
love it. Love it.
Love the yellow mod. Close the drapes on that mod. Oh. Don't show me that mod until I had my coffee. All right. Anyway, so that's that. Again, really cheap. $47, 315 watts, quad battery, 18650. Uses the iWePal chip. Apparently, this is supposed to be some new fancy schmancy chip. The 315 watt chip. Firmware upgradable, screen rotation, blah blah blah. It's got all the bells and whistles. It's the latest and greatest thing. Let's see. Let me just check this out real quick. Yeah, that's a big mod. I'm seeing it in somebody's hand right now. That is a big mod. I can't even palm that mod. You know that's big. Oh, you know what too? You can use 2 batteries in this too, but you'll drop the wattage. So if you don't have to use 4 batteries. So that's cool. All right, I like that. It will drop it to, I don't think it's going to tell me, will it? I think it's 120 watts or 150 watts. I don't know. Anyway, well, that's that for that mod. I'm rambling.
A little bit. That's okay.
Oh gosh, what are we got any questions in the room? Before I go to the next deal?
Go ahead. It seems like
Okay, give me 1 second here. Just gotta make sure the deal's still going. Yes. Okay, yes, they're going. Okay. All right, so 2 more vapor flasks have gone on the chopping block, apparently. Coming from a Avail, of all places. Avail Vapor. I usually don't ever pimp anything from Avail because they tend to like be expensive and just sell things that I don't pimp, like Cig-a-likes and things like that. But they do have 2 great deals on vapor flasks. They have the Vapor Flask Light and the Vapor Flask Stout. Now, I have the Stout. Oh, it's in the kitchen. Well, anyway, it uses an 26650 or an 18650. It comes with a little adapter. That's a 100 watt mod. And then the light is just single 18650. That's a 75 watt mod. The light is $39. The Stout is $44. Both extremely cheap. Now, I've did so many vapor flask deals over the last few months on the Classic because I've loved, the build quality of it, okay?
yeah.
The build quality on all these are fantastic. Anybody who I've told, please buy this, you'll love it, and they have, they've all come back to me going, holy shit, I can't believe how amazing these mods feel in the hand. Now, I've done the Stout before. I own a Stout and I own a Classic. I don't own a Light. And I've never done a deal on the Light before. So for $39, that's pretty damn cheap for a vapor flask, even though it's only 75 watts. The quality on these mods are fantastic. Now, I know what's going on. Vapor Flask is just dumping these. Every vendor who has these is selling them at a reduced price now. And I think it's because Vapor Flask is moving into that closed system shit. Getting out of these particular mods right now. And well, I think it's a mistake. I think these mods are fantastic, and I think I own the original Vapor Flask alpha version. You know what I mean? I've been buying these since the beginning. So if you want a really good mod, a good second mod, a good first mod, this would be a nice present for somebody, especially the 26650. I just always love 26650 mods. It's got a big fat ass. I'm not lying. It does. It's got a big fat ass. It's got a booty. If you look at the Stout, it's got a booty.
Yeah, I guess so.
And that's where the 26650 goes. And now I think they're only right now available in white, which is a problem to some people. I only bought mine in white. I bought the original Vapor Flask and the Stout in white when I first bought them because there's not a lot of white mods out there.
And I was just talking to Eva about wraps. The fact of the matter is, if you get a great deal on a mod you love, you can always throw a wrap on it to get the look you want if you didn't get the color you wanted.
Right.
I love jwraps.com. They do great work, really, really precise. He gets, just so much attention to detail. They always fit beautifully and stay on so well. I mean, I use this every day. It gets schlepped places with me, and it looks just as good as the day I put that wrap on. They do a great job. So don't discount that. If white wasn't your first choice, but you really want to snag one of these at this great price, go for it. Wrap it up. Change the look whenever you feel like it.
No, somebody said they had the Classic there. I didn't pick the Classic because the Classic's too expensive, because VaporBeast still has, I think, their Classic a lot cheaper than Vail does. But again, the Stout and the Light are on sale, so that's why I didn't pimp the Classic from Avail, because VaporBeast is cheaper. But out of all of them, I like the Stout the best because of its. I like it the way it feels in the hand because of the fat ass. No pun intended.
Well, they're calling it. Condi says it's the Nicki Minaj of mods.
Yeah. Basically, when you hold the mod, it's almost like you're holding a pack of quarters. You know, like how it fits perfectly in the palm of your hand. The fat ass on the back of the stout fits perfectly in that in this part of your hand. So when you use it, it works perfectly. And again, I'm a big fan of the 26650. So it's a perfect match. The battery door on the bottom is fantastic. The way it works. So it's not one of those crappy doors. It's really, really nice. I promise you, if you're on the fence, I promise you, you're going to get it, and you're going to go, holy shit, I'm so happy I bought this. So anyway, that's that. So head over to Avail. They also sell some good juice. Avail's, I don't know if they sell it online, but that's where I got the Pink and a Stink from. They have. That's where I got. That is where I got the Dare juice. They make all the Dare juice. They had that. They had Roadkill, which was tasted like a skunk. They had another one I didn't try, and then they had Pink and a Stink. So I don't know. Maybe they sell it online.
Now, Root Beer wants us to know that Vapor Beast has the Black Classic flask back in stock, just so everybody knows.
Yes, I hit up. Well, I didn't hit up Anti, but I kind of put it in mod chat. Because he was like, I want it, but they only in white. Well, they came back and they had some in black, and I think they're only $39 or $40.
Good stuff.
All right, so that's the flask. I'm telling you guys,
And
get the stout for somebody's birthday or something.
He really is that excited about it. With everything he's got to choose from lately, that's been in his hand a lot. It's always, and I know he's using it because it's always everywhere in the house. 1 hour it's in his hand, and then he's been in the kitchen, so it's there, and he's coming back, and it's at his desk, and it's where we sit and watch TV in the evenings. So, yeah.
It's always in my hand. Anyway, I'm sorry. That was dirty. All right, so back to...
dear.
Okay, so let's talk squonkers. There's a new, beautiful squonker that just hit the scene. I actually want to ask Scope what he thinks of these.
Scuba?
Scope.
Oh, my mistake. I thought you were talking about...
Because Scope's the big bottom feeder guy.
Yeah, well, that is true. He's a big fan of...
He still uses his Rio, and he got this, all the... So anyway, this one is called the Council of Vapor Wrath Squonker kit. Now, this comes with the RDA, too, and it looks really nice. Really sharp looking box mod. It's 80 watts. And I don't know what chipset they use, but I like the whole look and feel of this particular squonker. Squonkers don't. They have like it's like a cult following with squonkers. Even in the dark days of non-squonking, the Rio people were still crazy about squonking. Okay, they have this people. It's the same people who watch Rocky Horror Picture Show. Like squonkers, you know what I mean? Like they're those people, they're that dedicated to them. So now squonkers are kind of making that comeback, or they have, and there's more and more of them are coming out. And you can get this particular one at a pretty good price. Use coupon code WRATH and Wraith or whatever the hell it is. Yes, not Wrath, Wraith. And you get for $55.99. Now, out of all the squonkers I've seen that have come out, especially the ones from Kanger, this one looks the best that I've seen so far, and I love the RDA. Even though I don't rebuild, I can appreciate how things look, and the RDA on the top of this looks really, really nice. I almost want to buy this for Scope and say use it and tell me what you think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what, though? He probably wouldn't give me an honest opinion because he'll feel bad if it sucks.
Oh, no.
So anyway, Council of Vapor, they have made a lot of things, and they've been around a little while. So if you're into squonking or thinking about getting into squonking, don't forget you have to be a rebuilder to be into squonking. They don't do replacement heads usually for squonk RDAs or squonkers. So. That would defeat the purpose. So you got to be a rebuilder. That's why I don't have one. I don't know which one I like better, the white or the black. I think I'm gonna go for the black on this one. I like carbon fiber. I like the RDA and the black one better.
Yeah. They're both. They both look good, but
Yeah, I like the black one better because the white RDA looks like it has like alien symbols up top.
Well,
they almost look like chevron symbols from like Stargate. people who watch Stargate know what I'm talking about.
All right, I'll just take your word for it.
But it's the geek in me. Anyway, so get over there, check it out. This is coming from GearBest. Again, this is, I believe, is a pre-order. Use coupon code Wraith to get it down to $55.99.
Good stuff.
Joe should be a used car salesman. No, I should not be a used car salesman because I hate used car salesmen. I just had to deal with one.
I don't know. You looked like you were having fun to me.
Well, I was, but I just, you gotta sit there and haggle and all this shit. So you got coupon code? No? You know when I bought my first Hummer, I actually found a coupon? I actually cut a coupon out of the paper. After it was all said and done, I was like, oh, by the way, here's a $500 coupon.
Nice. Well done. I'm impressed.
Yeah, it was like $500 cash back. I was just like, oh, cool, whatever, but here's a coupon.
Scuba, I just about have a damn green card. We cut our show a little bit short last week. We did a very condensed, quick, hit 'em hard show so we could get to bed early. We did have our appointment last Thursday. It went very well. The official was extremely professional, extremely proficient, and very, very kind. And it turns out they've added one crazy little requirement since I got my medical. I have to go back for one more test. Oh, joy. And then he basically said it's a formality at this point. I'm approved pending them receiving the test results. So it's just a matter of getting an appointment with a doctor and getting that looked after.
She has to go to a vet. They're testing her for worms.
Yeah, heartworm. No, Lady Gadget, they did not ask me what color Joe's toothbrush is, but he did tell us a few stories. He's been doing this for 45 years, and he's seen and heard it all. He said he's talked to people who literally, couples that on their way out the door are pantsing each other in the front foyer because they are terrified the official is going to ask them what color underwear their spouse is wearing. And we just laughed. I said I could only imagine that the officials would probably rather not know, and he wholeheartedly agreed. They know what to watch for. I mean, this guy's been doing 45 years. He can tell a legitimate relationship from not, and certainly that was not a concern. So, yay.
Okay. So I would just say she doesn't wear any.
Oh, jeez.
Something like that,
And the entire rest of the appointment's awkward.
So anyway, yes, my petition was approved, which means she's in. It's just basically her petition. She's just got to get tested for worms, and it'll be good. And it'll be done. Thank God. And then she'll get her green card, and then I have to start my process in Canada. The funny thing is, people don't realize this: citizenship is the easy part. The green card is the hardest part. They ask you to get your citizenship. Once you have a green card, you got to wait a few years. But once you have it, you got to answer 10 questions, write a sentence in English, speak a sentence in English, get 6 out of 10 questions right, raise your hand, and you're a citizen. That's it. That's basically it.
6 out of 10. And as we were sitting in the waiting room, they had a screen for your entertainment, flashing up some of the sample questions they ask, and I was acing it. I was pretty proud of myself. So I'm ready when that day comes.
Okay, so now this is kind of counterproductive, but there's another wire sale. I have to bring this up.
All right.
It's only one gauge. It's 28 gauge. Yes. This is from GearBest. However, this is the USA warehouse in GearBest. Okay, so you're going to get 100 feet of 28 gauge for 99 cents free shipping. Okay, 99 cents free shipping within the United States. So you're not going to be waiting for the slow boat from China. Again, 99 cents for 100 feet, free shipping.
That's great.
If I don't care, I bought 2 rolls. I don't even rebuild.
That's what I'm thinking. You're a hoarder.
It costs more to it costs more to ship it. I don't know how they do this.
You're a vape hoarder.
No, how the hell do they ship from New York or LA for a 99-cent item using U.S. postage. It cost $1.28 to ship something for that's 1 ounce. I have no idea how they're making it. They're taking a lost leader on this or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's 99 cents free shipping. I bought 2 rolls just because I know it's worth more than the postage. You know what I mean? Come on. You know, I don't know. Is 28 gauge still viable? I'm sure people can use it, right?
Absolutely. I mean, probably the most common gauges are thicker than that, but certainly 28 is still perfectly viable for lots of builds.
Yeah, because you know, I remember when 30s were popular. Now everybody's in the 20s and stuff, so I didn't know if 28 was still viable. But I guess you could twist it or do whatever you need to do. But like I said, 28 gauge, 99 cents free shipping, shipped from the United States. You know what? If you own a shop, buy like 100 rolls and just sell it for $5. You know, it's still worth $5. You know what I mean? Or sell on eBay. You know, or whatever. You can really make some quick money if you put enough of them. It's good for resale or what have you, or for people like me who don't know how to rebuild and the wires going everywhere and you know, or what have you.
Condi's got a great point. If you're practicing builds and you're learning, it's a great practice tool. You can just, you know, wind them and chuck them.
Yeah, true. So anyway, that deal came out a day after the last DoneDeal, so I know I didn't talk about it. But I couldn't avoid talking about it. It was just so cheap. Okay, let's see here. We got about 5 minutes.
Yes, we do.
So let's see here. Is there anything else? Okay, Yeti's over.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. I think that's about it. Let me just go back one more second. I mean, I do have a few more deals, but they're going to take longer than 5 minutes to talk about. Well, I could talk about one more deal. Actually, no, I can't. Sorry. Anybody else got any questions?
Well, Condi's asking about the Pharaoh RDA.
Oh, that's the problem. That's going to take longer than 4 minutes to talk about. You know, it's a Grim Green thing, and you know what? If you want to know about the Pharaoh, go to my blog.
All right. Well, yes, he's dropped the link in the room. Thank you, Condi.
Yeah, but, you know, yeah. There's a couple of things. The Alien on there with two batteries is up there, really good price. You know, there's a bunch of other things on there, but we just can't get through them all in that amount of time.
Oh, Scuba says my Eevee needs a better facial expression. I think he's perfectly adorable. My little microphone Eevee.
Does he play Pokemon?
Scuba? Oh yeah, he's way ahead of me.
What the fucking people?
It's fun.
I thought. Do you play as much? I don't think you play as much as you used to, Tiger.
Just the last little while, I've been a little slowed down. I haven't been getting out and doing stuff, but I still catch a few Weedles here around home.
You know, that game, so no offense. Like, at least the Pokemon should try to hit you and do damage to you, you know, or something. You're just throwing balls at things.
Yeah. I like it. And no, Joe still teases me about my Canadian vernacular Alvi. He has not yet, and I don't think he ever will, adopt A and a boot. He still teases me on occasion when I do forget myself and ask him, you know, a question A, he'll go, yeah, B. So.
Yeah, no, that's never going to happen. I'm never going to be like, yeah, that's just, no.
I can hardly wait till the first time it does happen. Because it's accidental, just like me saying coffee and stop.
Yeah, well, that's only when you're angry. But you can't say A when you're angry. I'll kick your ass, A! I don't know. Like, fuck you, B!
Don't worry, guys. I'll let you know when it happens.
That's not gonna happen.
Alrighty. Well, we are 28 minutes past.
How do you spell A? Is it just A or A-Y-E?
It's actually E-H is typically how it shows up.
I thought that's eh. Eh? You know, like old people? Eh? I can't hear you.
Oh, Canadian, eh?
Oh, yeah, okay, whatever, B. Anyway.
Yeah, see, Evil Woman's got it. There we go. That's exactly how it goes, eh?
Oh, God. Oh, you know, we did forget some vape mail. You got special juice from somebody.
Yeah, we haven't. I'd rather wait and do it proper justice because other than ripping open the envelope, we haven't got it any further.
I'm talking about the stuff from Rhino.
That's what I'm talking about, Joe.
Oh.
Next week, Joe. I can only try so many things in a couple days.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, we'll wait till actually we've had the bottles open and so forth.
Yeah, and I also got 10 iJoy Reaper Plus tanks, which Tiger hates.
Yeah.
Just wanna let you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have brought that up, but if you're going to prompt me to, yeah, I'm not really impressed with any tank that I can fill up, and within 2 hours it's drained every bit of juice all over my desk and my mod. So, yeah, my first impression of the Reaper tank.
Well, this is the Reaper Plus. Mine I have here. There's only one problem with this tank, and that is there's airflow on the top, airflow on the bottom, and a juice control. So you gotta it's like a Rubik's Cube. You gotta get everything, because everything turns when you turn the other thing. So you gotta kind of get everything perfect the way you want it, and just don't touch it. That's the only thing I find annoying with this tank. Other than that, though, for $5, it's a great tank for me. Now Tiger's, I don't know what's wrong with her. Every time she gets a tank, it just gets shit everywhere.
I know, it's kind of strange. The Toric did that to me at first. I'm going to blame it on a bad head because ever since I replaced the head, it's been terrific. The Toric, I've forgiven you. You're all right. But the Reaper Plus, I'll be saying his leaks too. So I don't know if it's another case of a bad head. I checked. The head was seated tight. I don't know what the problem could be, but I was pretty unimpressed. So
she got very angry.
Yes. Like,
she's like, fuck this tank. And when I talk about him, tell everybody I hate it. And I'm like, all right, well, be honest, go for it, girl. $5 still worth it though.
Well, yeah, for $5 it was worth a try. But yeah, I hope other people's experience by and large is better than my initial experience.
And shut up! I'm giving away. I'm not heavy.
Hey, you brought it up. I wouldn't have mentioned it. But what I do need to do is rip it apart, replace the head, and we'll give it the same benefit of the doubt that I gave the Toric, because the Toric did perform beautifully the second time around. So we'll do that. But I haven't quite forgiven it yet. It's in the corner of shame over there on my desk. And
the corner of shame.
Yes.
I didn't even know you had that.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, guys. So listen, we will see you next week for Mod Envy, and that's that. So I don't think anybody's coming on after us, right?
No, the schedule's clear after here. So we wish you guys a good night. Thanks for being with us, and
we'll see you Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, and all you people on the coast, down south, stay safe, man. That fucker's coming to hit you.
Yeah, batten down the hatches.
All right, so we'll see you on Saturday.